Lawyers in the Northern Territory say staff shortages in jails are preventing them from meeting with clients. The Criminal Lawyers Association says it's leading to backlogs in courts and denying prisoners their right to legal representation. Barrister Beth Wild from the Criminal Lawyers Association of the Northern Territory joins me now from Darwin. Beth, good morning. Thank you so much for your time. Can you just give us a bit of an idea of the situation in NT prisons at the moment?
Sure. What's happening at the moment, we've had a huge increase in the amount of people that are in prison. Change of bail laws and more police on the ground have meant that a lot of people are being arrested and are then on remand. And the staff isn't able to keep up with the influx, and what that has meant is that there's often not enough staff to facilitate the legal visits. The legal visits have been cancelled then at the last minute. Lawyers can't speak to their clients and matters are getting adjourned in court.
Yeah, so what kind of an impact does that have on the justice system if lawyers can't access their clients to seek instructions and that sort of thing?
Well, it means matters get adjourned, which can increase the time that someone will spend on remand, which then affects the overall prison population and the remand numbers of people that are in prison, as well as the court lists. So the court lists are really busy at the moment as well because we've got so many more people entering into the system and being arrested. So the lists are long, matters get adjourned, and people are spending longer on remand.
Court lists in the NT are already quite backlogged and have been for some time. So how is this now playing out in the courtroom? Just give us an idea of, what this looks like when you can't access your clients.
Well, it means that we're unable to settle cases before they come to court. So what that will mean is that if something's been listed for a hearing, maybe up to 6 months in advance, you haven't been able to speak to your client in the months leading up to it, and new evidence might be served over that time, then you lose your hearing date, and then you'll have to effectively start again. So that can impact upon everybody that's involved in the system, including the victims. But it's certainly, we're worried about it leading to longer lists and longer waiting time to get your matter on in court.
And you talk about the time that people are spending on remand. Can you give us an idea of how long someone is spending on remand now compared to, say, 12, 18 months ago?
The best measure that we've got is that we know that the percentage of prisoners on remand has increased. So that's the best measure that we've got. It depends on what you've been charged with and if you're pleading guilty or not guilty as to how long you will spend on remand. That's hard to measure, but what we do know is that percentage of prisoners that's on remand is now at about 50%, where it used to be sitting at about 20 to 30%. So that's the increase that we're able to see.
And prisoners in the Territory have been sort of rotated in and out of police watch houses for several months now as well due to overcrowding in prisons. How does that impact your ability to access clients?
Well, that has a huge impact. Sometimes we don't know where our client is if they're being shuffled around to all the pop-up prisons that we have in the NT trying to cope with the huge influx of people in custody. If someone's arrested, we might not know where they are for the first week if they're being moved around watch houses and not even making it to the prison.
The Territory Government says it is expanding the capacity of prisons in the Territory, introducing private security guards as well to bolster corrections staffing levels. Do you think that will alleviate some of the pressures that you're seeing on the system?
Well, one would assume that having additional staff would alleviate some of the pressures. And they're also standing up new places for people to sleep, so that will alleviate some of the overcrowding. Of course, that needs to be staffed. So they are taking measures to ensure that there is a little bit more comfort in the system. But it certainly is concern. The conditions that we're seeing for people in custody and the access that we've got, it's not going to be fixed immediately.